In this video, we are going to go over the resources that are available to you through the library to make your assignment easier to complete. There are three main resources that we have that you'll find useful. All of them are going to be on the library's webpage at westlibrary.txwest.edu. If you're doing this from home, you'll need to sign into off-campus access using the same username and password you use to get onto the the computers on campus. You'll want to go to Online Resources by subject and select Business. The three resources that are going to be most useful to you are Business Source Complete Enhanced Interface, LexisNexis Academic, and Mergent Online. And we'll go through each of these so you can see what's available and the best ways to search these. First up is Business Source Complete Enhanced Interface. With this search, I can find company profiles and information. I can find SWOT analyses. I can find market research reports, industry profiles to find out what some of the competitive marketplace is like. Let's start with company information. I'm going to use the example of Starbucks. It's a publicly traded company in America, so I should be able to find plenty of information about it. Starbucks is the first one listed here. You'll notice there are links to academic journals. So if I need scholarly information about Starbucks, if I need things from management journals, if I need things from tax journals, there are going to be a number of different journals that have this kind of information in it. If I need something on the culture of Starbucks, I can get that kind of information, again, from a scholarly source. I can get trade periodicals. This is where you're going to find things like Bloomberg, anything that is written for the business community, but not the scholarly community. And then you'll have magazines and newspapers as well. You may want to spend some time looking at the SWOT analyses to see what has been evaluated as strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for this company. When you open the PDF, you'll be able to see the full listing. It does go back in time as well, so that may help. But it's a nice short, it gives a short overview, and then it does go into a few more details. All of these are done by MarketLine, so it's still very credible. It'll have industry profiles, so if you need to find information about the hot drinks industry, you can see, how Dunkin' is doing in comparison, that kind of information. It does have a small amount of financials, but you can't even get a ratio off of this. So we're going to use a different source for that. So this is how you would want to use Business Source Complete Enhanced Interface. Searching for your company name, looking at the academic journals, trade publications, SWOT analyses, and industry profiles, and then the market research reports as well, just so you can see how things are looking in that market. Be careful printing these out. This market report is 111 pages. You can get a lot of great information in there, but you don't want to have to print all of that out. All right, back to the library's webpage, Online Resources by subject, and back to Business. So we've done Business Source. Now we're going to go into Mergent Online. This is brand new to the library. We're very thrilled to have it, and one of the main reasons is the business summary and the company financials. This is going to give you very clearly dated information on their financials, including ratios, including analysis. It's not going to have all of the ratios you may have to find in a financial analysis class, but it's going to help a lot. It'll give information about competitors, and it will tell you what their basic ratios and basic financials are as well. So it's one thing to hear that McDonald's is a competitor. It's another thing to compare the revenue of McDonald's to the revenue of Starbucks, or compare the revenue of Dunkin' to the revenue of Starbucks to see how legitimately they are a competitor. It will give details on the executives, including, in a lot of situations, how much money they make, how long they've worked there. So it will have, I need to become an executive at Starbucks. It will have their total compensation. So this gives you quite a bit of information about the company. It also has reports on here. And these reports are the annual reports, the 10Ks are in here, but it'll also have merchant reports. And their report is going to be a detailed listing of this kind of information. You can decide what you want in there. But all financial data cover for the last 3 years, which is very nice. It'll have news on the company. It's not really going to have the kind of information you would find in Business Source Complete in the academic area, in the scholarly area, but it is still going to have quite a bit of helpful information on the news. One more feature of Mergent that I really like is that I can do a country analysis. So if I wanted to get the business environment in Bangladesh, I can get a profile of the country, including the economy information. It will give me investment information, the major industries in that area, and then some of the geography and the history, which can help me with some of the social issues as well, government information. So if you do have to do a comparison of a country, or if you're trying to look at whether it makes sense to use main lines or cellular phones in this country, this can be a really helpful way of doing this, getting an idea of the major newspapers, the languages that these communicate in, all can be really, really helpful tools in international business. We also have international company databases on here, rather than just the US companies. This has some private companies, so in some situations you will find some good information on private companies. They're not required to do the kind of financial reporting that these public companies are, but you still can get quite a bit of really helpful information by searching for some of the private companies in here. And you would do that the same way you did for the US companies. Last is going to be LexisNexis Academic. So I can go up here to get company information and type in my company, and they'll give me the company dossier. And this will have publications in the news. I can get legal information, either recent court cases. I can get the intellectual property information, long-term stock information. It does have a lot of the financial information in here as well. So a lot of the things we saw reported in Mergent are going to be in here. A lot of the ratios. These analyses are sometimes done with the year, sometimes it's only every 3 months. The balance sheet is, I have to wonder if that's correct because this is a very out-of-date balance sheet. But I can also get Morningstar information from them, which can help if you're trying to create your own overview of the company, along with, on the main page you'll see the Hoover's company reports, which can also be really, really helpful when trying to come up with a good overview, an idea of what they're trying to do with their marketing and distribution, what their strategy is, what their history is. So all of that can really help answer questions about their culture and what they plan on doing with that. If you ever need help using these resources, there's a librarian here 7 days a week who can help you, or you can contact us on the main web page and send an email, and we'll answer it as soon as we get it. Good luck with your research.